Espathra is a Pokemon introduced in Scarlet and Violet and has left a massive impact on the overall metagame in the short lifespan of the generation's competitive play. It dropped into underuse in the first tier shifts of the generation, where it established itself as a fast, all-or-nothing sweeper using the combination of Speed Boost, Calm Mind, and Stored Power, which gave it a massively dangerous stab move that was constantly getting power every turn, and that was only using 2 of its move slots, with the other 2 moves being Protect and Terra Blast with either Terra Fighting or Terra Fairy, which counters the dark types that threaten to one-shot it. This combination turned Espathra into the most dangerous threat in UU, which led to it being quickly banned to the UU ban list before becoming OU proper this month. However, the way Espathra works has made it so dangerous that I feel it may get banned from OU in the near future. Right now, Xianpao, the tier's strongest offensive dark type, is currently being suspect tested in OU because of its Sword of Ruin ability, which cuts the defense stat of all Pokemon on the field by 25%, alongside its massive base 120 attack stat, access to Swords Dance, and dangerous stab moves such as Ice Spinner, Crunch, Sucker Punch, and Ice Shard, along with good coverage moves such as Sacred Sword, Psychic Fangs, and Acrobatics. It is insane versatility, and that's not even mentioning the base 135 speed stat that it also has, which allows it to outspeed almost the entire metagame that isn't boosted in some way. This allows Xianpao to have a stranglehold in the metagame when you factor in the use of Focus Sash to ensure that it gets at least one knockout, which can snowball games in the favor of the Xianpao user. The only true counters to Xianpao are bulky resists such as Dondozo, King Gambit, and Rotom Wash, or priority users that can pop Focus Sash like Iron Valiant and Dragonite. Now you may be wondering, how does this have anything to do with Espathra? Well, the reason Xianpao's potential ban is so important is because Xianpao is likely the most consistent check to Espathra. With Sucker Punch or Ice Shard combined with the use of a Focus Sash, Xianpao will always be able to revenge kill Espathra. Plus, Xianpao is a dark type, meaning it is immune to Espathra's stored power. Another major hurdle for Espathra, though, is King Gambit, and its use of Kowtow Cleave and Sucker Punch. However, there's an easy way Espathra can blast through both of these Pokemon with ease, and that is Terra Blast Fighting. Both Xianpao and King Gambit are 4 times weak to Fighting, meaning you're guaranteed the one-shot on either Pokemon unless they're using a Focus Sash. At this point, the only difference between King Gambit and Xianpao is their Terra types. Xianpao typically runs Terra Dark, meaning it is still weak to Terra Blast Fighting, which allows you to easily one-shot it regardless of what Xianpao does. But King Gambit uses Terra Flying, which resists Terra Blast Fighting, but removes its immunity to the stored power King Gambit is meant to block. This turns the battle into that of prediction for both sides. Do you A, use Terra Blast Fighting, predicting King Gambit to not Terrastalize, getting the one-shot on it, or B, use Stored Power, predicting King Gambit to Terrastalize, which can easily blow up in your face if it doesn't, because then you do nothing. This puts a huge amount of stress on the overall metagame, because you're then forced to relegate team slots to deal with one singular threat and nothing else, or easily being rolled by said threat if you come across it by not having a counter for it. This has been the reason why Espathra was banned from UU in the first place, and I think that it could really easily happen again in OU. However, these are just 2 common examples of Pokemon intended to check Espathra that still lose to it. Every dark type falls under this condition as well, such as Greninja or Roaring Moon, who's much weaker to Terra Blast Fairy because of its 4 times weakness to Fairy type, but also unaware Pokemon such as Dondozo and Skeledirge also get destroyed by stored power because while they're not affected by Espathra's stat boosts, they are affected by the power boosts stored power gets from Espathra's stat boosts. The only way that you can really slow down Espathra is using Grimmsnarl, because Grimmsnarl is immune to stored power, it takes neutral damage to both Terra Blast Fighting and Fairy, and it is also able to weaken it using Spirit Break to drop its special attack stat. It can use Light Screen to make its team bulkier, and Thunder Wave can paralyze Espathra, allowing you to take shots at it, hoping that it gets paralyzed. However, Grimmsnarl is more of a lead, intended to take hits while setting up screens before using Parting Shot to switch out, if it even gets that opportunity, meaning it is much less likely to have the opportunity to stop Espathra in the first place compared to that of Xianpao, King Gambit, or any of the other aforementioned threats. In reality, it's just a matter of time before Espathra joins the likes of Houndstone, Palafin, and Annihilate to be banned from OU. There are just way too many options for Espathra to take knockouts and roll games single-handedly, let alone with the support of 5 other Pokemon, many of which can take care of any threat that I have mentioned before. Maybe when the home metagame opens up, we can see Espathra become less of an overpowered threat, but for now, we're just going to have to deal with it the best we can. Thank you guys for watching this video. It's a bit of a new format, and I've had a bunch of fun grinding the ladder to get these replays for this video, as well as writing the script. Let me know if you guys want to see more content like this in the comments below, and as always, I'll see you guys next time. I hope you have a wonderful day.